I was kind of brought up in a atmosphere where I was kind of on my own. I think it caused my relationship with my friends to be stronger because, I didn't really have any strong family ties or anything like that. Ernie was almost 2 years older than me, but we just grew up, kids together, and back then there was no entertainment of any kind. If you wanted entertainment, you better make it yourself.
When my parents brought me to live in Idabel, I thought it was the end of the world. There was not a lot of industry, or just farmers. Of course, my family, they were all farmers, so I knew everybody. But I was just walking down the street, just being me, saw this kid coming from the other direction. We stopped. I said, "What's your name?" He said, "Robert Poteet." And I told him my name, and we were instant friends.
Growing up in a small town, really a rural setting there in Oklahoma, art was not even mentioned. As I got older, I took every kind of job that you could imagine, just selling insurance, and I went to work back for an oil exploration company. But I think through God's graces that, and just determination that I stayed with it.
Over the years, I've been everything from a pipeline welder to a welder foreman. I started working overseas on what they call lay barges. We laid pipelines out in the water. It was a very interesting life. I worked a lot in the Far East and in the North Sea. I got to see many different countries.
I think it was one afternoon he called. He said, when we were younger, we used to talk about, getting in a Corvette and going down Route 66 and see if we could find Brenda Lee. And I go, "Yeah, I remember Ernie. Yeah, I remember." And he said, "Well, I got something to tell you." I said, "Okay, what's that?" And he said, "Well, I was diagnosed with a terminal brain tumor." He said, "It's the worst kind." And I'm just sort of speechless.
Oh my goodness, I love it. Oh my goodness. Look at that Black Betty.
Black Betty. Hey, Ern.
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
That's just how I remember they look. He said, "I want you to do me a favor." I said, "Well, what? You tell me what. I'll do it." He said, "I want you to take me. I want us to do that trip." And then he said, you get me there, and you either bring me or my body back." On TV, there used to be a show, Route 66, and there was two guys going down Route 66 and all these stories, that places they get involved and all this stuff. People nowadays, younger people, they don't even know what it is. But you can imagine the stories of the people that have traveled that road. It's just a whole way of life that's kind of been lost. That all we've been doing is going through rain. Howdy.
Hello.
How are you?
Come on in. I'm going to give y'all, this has a history of the building.
Okay, good.
It was built in 1936 and restored in 2003.
That's us. Yeah. That song was playing in here back then.
Yeah. But it's new then.
Mm-hmm. Two eggs, 35 cents.
I could sit in there and listen to that old music all day.
I could too.
when you don't see each other for many, many years, it makes a difference in the friendship. But if we can get back to, like on this trip, seeing each other every day, sharing thoughts of yesterday and today, and, well, what do you think? You know, what do you want to eat? Just simple stuff we enjoyed as kids. We can enjoy now.
See that picture of that girl?
Yeah.
She's the one that ate 3 of them.
Good gracious, that's amazing.
This is just one meal.
And she ate 3 of them.
She ate 3 of them in 20 minutes. Unbelievable, isn't it?
I couldn't even eat the salad. I'm gonna go in there and see if that souvenir shop's got any pistols. Somebody's liable to irritate me before I get out of here. I've whacked many a surly bartender. You don't want to shoot them because you might not get another drink. You can go ahead and whack them a little bit.
Hey,
Hi, how you doing?
doing well. Was y'all care for a song?
Ernie, did you want a song?
If you decide to motor west, take the highway that runs my way. It's the best. Get your kicks on Route 66. It runs 2,000 miles along from Chicago all the way to
Let's look at our famous years, Robert.
Yeah.
get your kicks on Route 66.
That 57 Chevy looks like it's got Freddie Murphy in it. I'm not kidding.
Ernie, might as well sign in.
Okay. Is this for the drawing?
Yeah.
All right. I can't imagine another person I would ask to do this for me, but I knew you would. That's why I called you first.
I just want that feeling again.
How do I tell you?
I want that feeling of that,
When we were 14.
yeah, that
13.
verve for life, that
Yeah.
anticipation of, you know, when you're 30 or you're 40, even when you're 50, you know, there's a future. There ain't no fucking future. I'm living it. I'm living the future. This is my life right here, right now. There ain't no fucking future.
You're my caretaker. And you're the only...
No, Ernie, I'm your brother, and I'll take care of you.
I know you will.
You'll be all right. Don't worry about it.
Watch over me, bless me, give me strength and the wisdom
And ask
to know
him to
when I'm going off track.
Ask God to give you the verve for life.
Yeah. There's nobody in the world I'd have made this trip with but you. Nobody.
You know, Ernie and I were really close friends when we were little and everything, but we went our separate ways. And I probably didn't talk to Ernie for 30 years for him to call me, I mean, he has tons of friends and everything. For him to call me, it must have been out of respect that, you know, that we developed all those years ago. I kept thinking, why did you call me, Ernie? You've got all these friends that you've made all these years. But I think there's something that you that you do develop at a young age, is that you know the heart of somebody. You know their heart.
Welcome to Santa Fe, Poteet.
Ah, dang.
You been having fun?
Yeah.
Awesome.
If it happened, I mean, that's what I was saying. We went through the tornadoes and the pouring rain, and then what the hell's next? A plague of locusts, I guess.
Oh, that's a killer for me.
That stairs.
Yeah.
This is where I paint every day, right here. I'm usually working on 4 or 5 at once. I'll have them all over this place. But
I had no idea you'd ever do this.
me either. Me either.
I didn't know what we'd do.
Me either. I was open for anything.
I just wanted to get out of McCurtain County, really.
Shit, me too.
Just go somewhere where we could see something besides cotton fields and soybean fields. You were determined.
Yeah, I was determined. I never gave up on it. That's for sure.
Well, I'm awful proud of you.
You know, it's what I like to do. I love to create stuff, and I get paid real well to do it. So can't complain at all.
I'm just proud we're still friends. All right, I guess we're ready.
Ernie,
Robert.
I love you, brother.
I love you too, Robert.
You get in there and you take care of yourself now.
Thanks so much for everything. You've been great.
Well, I enjoyed it. I really did.
Too.
I'm glad we did have a little time to spend with each other. And
Let's just make a promise right now. We'll be friends forever.
absolutely, I don't even have to promise that.
I don't either. When we were small boys, we dreamed about getting out of our little rural town and seeing something of the world. We've held on to this dream for 50 years, and we didn't achieve our destination, but I think we achieved something more important. This feeling we have for each other, that's special. You can't buy that.
I felt compelled to do this thing, to go ahead and finish it out, even though we're not trying to get on the original route or visit anything. That wasn't my game plan after Ernie left. It was just, let's get to the destination. And I want to get there to Santa Monica. If I don't get arrested, I'm gonna put Ernie's bracelet in there. At least we had some time together, you know, spent time together and had, you know, just me and him talking to each other after all these years. And he hadn't changed any. I'm sure he'd say, I haven't either. Of course we have. You know, of course we have. You don't go 50 years and not change.